Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. Welcome to the show. Also, welcome to everyone joining on the Ringo TV Raw channel. Right? So, we are live. We are live. That's right. That's right. We have an awesome show for you today. That's right. Basically, this is the full interview on Gayle King regarding Stephen Twitch Boss family coming to the public to share their truth. We're going to examine the tapes. We're going to look at this thing. We're going to break this thing all down. And we're going to make sense of this. So if you are on the Ringo TV Raw platform, make sure you hit that like button one time. We are live on 2 channels. We're also on the Ringo TV Reactions channel. So make sure if you want to see the footage, we're over there. On the Ringo TV Raw channel, you will only see me on the camera and you'll hear the audio. All right. So make sure you hit that like button one time. Top of the morning, you know, salute to everybody joining in, everybody stopping by. So, finally, we get to hear what the family got to say. We're going to examine the tapes. We're going to find out if the family is in any way seeking justice for Twitch, or do they believe the narrative of him allegedly taking his life. Those of you on this platform who follow the work that I've done, you know that over here we believe that Twitch was murdered. He did not take his life. That is a lie. And we need to know the truth. Now, Twitch's alleged friend, Manny Cross, claimed that when the family speaks, I'm going to look stupid. I'm going to look like a clout chaser and all this other negative stuff. Well, we're going to examine the tapes and we're going to see if I'm looking stupid or is Manny looking stupid. That's what we're going to find out. We're going to find out if the family is seeking justice to reopen the case, if the family believe that Twitch was murdered. We're going to learn all of that today. So make sure you hit that like button one time. That's right. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right to the tapes. We're not going to do no introduction. We're just going to get right to the tapes because this is an exclusive, right? This was just dropped this morning and we got to share our commentary and criticism. Fair use, Ringo TV Reactions. Let's get to the tapes.
And now to our exclusive interview with the family of Stephen Twitch Boss. He became a household name as a DJ and co-executive producer of the Ellen DeGeneres Show. But he first rose to fame as a dancer, and boy, could he dance. That is how he met his wife, fellow dancer Allison Holker. She's a great dancer too. The couple were raising 3 children together when he took his own life back in December of 2022.
Let's stop right there. What did she say, guys? She said he took his own life. Do you see that? So, what is the purpose of Gayle King? To continue the narrative. Now, you have to think about this, guys. People like Gayle King, they know about Ringo TV Reactions. They know about me. Trust and believe. This is social media. They're aware of who's talking. But Twitch's family decided to go to Gayle to waste everybody's time when they could have got the truth out there for Twitch. Peep the game, guys. Listen.
And boy, could he dance. That is how he met his wife, fellow dancer Allison Holker. She's a great dancer too. The couple were raising 3 children together when he took his own life back in December of 2022. It's what happened after his death, including Allison's recent release of a memoir that has fueled tensions between his widow and his family. We sat down with Stephen's mother, Connie Boss Alexander, and his brother, Jay Rose, after they reached out to us at Connie's home in Arizona. This interview took place right before Allison's book was released.
Now, let's get into this thing, but let's lay down some ground rules. I noticed that we have somebody in the live chat that's coming in here with their fear tactics, right? Now, think about this. Let me make something very clear here, right? I don't give a fuck about copyrights. Do you understand me? I know my rights. I don't care about copyright strikes. This is Ringo TV. I've been doing this since 2006. This is called fair use. Do you understand? Don't come over here with fear. We don't walk by fear. I don't give a fuck about networks. This is a network. Ringo TV. We got work to do. Let's get down to the work. Let's go.
And boy, could he dance. That is how he met his wife, fellow dancer Allison Holker. She's a great dancer too. The couple were raising 3 children together when he took his own life back in December of 2022.
Look what Gail did. She starts off by saying, oh, he took his own life. So what's the narrative they're putting out there? That Twitch took his life. By the pure fact they're pushing that on CBS, it ought to tell you that's the beast system that want that narrative to be out there, that Twitch is a weak man who selfishly took his life because he's a weak coward. Why would anybody be trying to defend Twitch if he took his life? And why in the world would they praise Allison as if though she was a great dancer? That's a lie. You cannot compare Allison to Twitch. You can't. You cannot compare the way Twitch dance to Allison. I'm talking about she's a great dancer. They all working together, fam. All of them are working together. Twitch was murdered. Twitch was murdered. Why the big news networks ain't talking about that? Why are they all pushing this damn narrative that he took his life? Look at the damn red flags. You got a damn woman who is accusing her late husband of being a pedophile in her book. You gonna tell me Gail didn't do her damn research? You gonna tell me Gail King don't realize that Allison Holker is a fraud? She's a part of the system, guys. You cannot expect the system to fight against itself. Satan cannot cast out Satan. These people are robots. She's not even speaking from the heart. She's reading from a teleprompter. She got notes in her hands. Nothing comes from the heart. But when you hear me speak, it's coming from the heart because I'm real. I'm not bought and paid for by everybody else. Listen.
And now to our exclusive interview with the family of Stephen Twitch Boss. He became a household name as a DJ and co-executive producer of the Ellen DeGeneres Show. But he first rose to fame as a dancer, and boy, could he dance. That is how he met his wife, fellow dancer Allison Holker. She's a great dancer too.
No, she's not a great dancer. That's a lie.
The couple were raising 3 children together when he took his own life back in December of 2022. It's what happened after his death, including Allison's recent release of a memoir that has fueled tensions between his widow and...
This is why I don't like the mainstream media. The mainstream media is always pushing propaganda by saying, oh, he took his own life. They want to rub that in. He took his own life. They want to rub that in so it is branded in your memory. He took his own life. So you think because CBS says, oh, he took his own life, that mean it's true? No, it don't. Twitch was murdered. Twitch was murdered. Remember, Gail get paid by the system. Allison get paid by the system. They're all a part of Hollyweird. None of them could ever speak the truth. None of them. Twitch was murdered. If he took his own life, why are we feeling sorry for a man that weak? Why would you feel sorry for a man that took his own life and left his damn children? Why would you feel sorry for such a damn coward that would take his life when he got all these resources available? This is what they always do when they do blood sacrifices. Anytime they take somebody out, they always label it as they took their life. And people believe it. We never heard of nothing called mental health. We never heard these terms until now. Nobody was talking about, mental health awareness and mental health issues. No, we never heard it. This is something new that they're pushing out. And they want us to all think we're all crazy. We're all crazy. We all need a therapist. Only in America, everybody needs a therapist. You go anywhere in the world, nobody got these issues. Do you know if you go in any other parts of the world, nobody's struggling with cancer? Nobody's struggling with diabetes. Nobody's struggling with no venereal diseases. Nobody's struggling with nothing. Only in America, everybody's struggling. Only here. This is why they don't like me. Because when I speak raw and uncut because I'm passionate. I've been on the case with this Stephen Twitch Boss situation since the beginning. He was murdered. That damn ungrateful damn daughter, Wesley, never respected Twitch. She's sitting up there holding him as if though she respect him, but she don't care about him. Because in death, she separated herself from his family. She never liked him. And this is what happens, brothers, when you take on women that got kids by some other ninja. Trying to assume the role of a damn stepdaddy. And guess what you get? Kicked in your damn head. Because like mother, like daughter. The mother's toxic, the daughter's gonna be toxic. She took it to social media on Instagram Live, made a live stream disrespecting Twitch's mom, family, and everybody. And the parents made her take it down after a while. You understand? Twitch was murdered. They covered up his murder. They covered up everything. Where's the video from the hotel? Where's the video of Twitch entering that motel? Where is it? Where's the video? Where's the video of him getting into the Uber? In Allison's book, she said that the police was at the house and they checked the camera footage. Where is it? Why wasn't it aired so the world can see Twitch's final moments? Where's the motel footage of him entering the motel? His final moments. Where is it? Who was the Uber driver? What was the car number, license plate? Where's the investigation? Who was the officers that was at the residence of Allison Holker? What are their names? Badge numbers. Why Allison Holker never made a police report in terms of calling the police about her missing husband? She went down to the precinct. Everything was done strategically to cover her tracks. That's her alibi. In her book, she claimed that on the day that Twitch left to go take himself out, Twitch was supposed to meet her at the gym. That's what she said. How is that possible? When she told TMZ, he just got up in the morning and just left. Really? I thought you was at the gym. You said he was supposed to meet you at the gym. So if he's supposed to meet you at the gym, you didn't see him leave the damn house. The story don't add up. Where is everybody? Where are the investigators at? Where's the FBI? In Allison's book, she said she wanted to take the motel, and she want to buy it so that she can demolish it and build up a dance studio because she don't like seeing it. Why would you want to do that? Because you want to destroy the crime scene where a murder took place. But nobody's putting the puzzle together? Nobody's seeing what's going on? Allison sold the house. A house that Twitch bought for his family. She could have left that for the kids as a memory of their father. But no, she said, let's sell the house. so that we could go buy a more expensive house, a $5 million house, after saying in the book that Twitch left her with $1 million in back taxes and debt. But she could afford to buy a $5 million mansion? What about insurance on Twitch? What about life insurance policies? What about that? What about Twitch's so-called resources and wealth that he left behind? What about that? What about beneficiaries? What about that? What about a will? What about that? And to add insult to injury, she's with a new guy that fast. She changed her last name on the next day right after Twitch died. You can't see the writing on the wall? He was murdered. The man was murdered. Do you understand me? Murdered. There is no proof that can make you understand that he took his own life. Nobody could say that. It's a fact. No one. He was murdered. There is too much evidence that shows a woman who is trying to destroy a man's legacy. She said in her own book that Twitch killed himself because why? Because he felt he was going to SA his own son Maddox. It's written in the book. Oh, you don't believe me? I got the book. Let's go to it. Let's go to it. Because we got to do this work. That's right. We got to do this work. Let's get to work because Gayle King, shame on you. Shame on you. Because you're doing a terrible job. Let's get down to this. How the hell you out here doing damn interviews with the family and you ain't doing the real work? Let's get to work. According to the book, page 147, A Staggering Discovery, chapter 13, it says, when combing through Stephen's journals after his death, I gained a sickening clarity, if not a concrete sense of why he did what he did. So Allison in her book is telling us why Twitch killed himself. How could she tell us why he killed himself? How? How could she say that? How could she say that? Let's go. A few of his entries would allude to sexual abuse he endured as a child at the hands of an adult male. Allude? So it didn't say that. It allude to that. You know, just like when TMZ published that, oh, when Twitch was in the motel dead, there was a note by the body which allude to past challenges. But yet they never showed us this letter. They didn't show us this letter. Where's the proof? What's going on? We just believe in stuff with no proof? Let's read the book. Let's read. Readers are leaders. A few of his entries would allude to sexual abuse he endured as a child at the hands of an adult male, a trauma he detailed with strict confidence to his friend. So if he gave this information in confidence to a friend, how'd she know? It goes on and it says, in strict confidence to a friend who relayed the conversation to me after Stephen's death. Who is this friend? Who is this friend that would air out Stephen Twitch Boss's SA secrets to Allison right after he died? That's a suspect. They need to be investigated. Why would you air that out to a wife after he died? Why would that be so important to air out? Why would someone relay that to Allison? So we're talking about somebody who is close, having close conversations with Allison all the time about Twitch. We're talking about a snake. Because if it was a real friend, they would not be doing that. Why would another man tell another man, hey, yo, buddy, I just want to tell you this. You know, when I was young, you know what I'm saying? I was molested, and I just want to keep this secret with you. Only you. I want to keep this secret with you. What man talks to another man about those things? No man does that. But this is what Allison says in a book. So who is that friend? Who is that friend? Is it Manny Cross? Because he seemed to be in love with Twitch. Let's go and find out more. It goes on and it says, relay the conversation to me only after Stephen's death. I don't expect I'll ever have a definitive answer, but what he wrote on the pages, I couldn't help but wonder. Listen. Did the abuse happen when he was roughly the same age as Maddox? Did becoming a biological father delage those buried memories of his childhood abuse? And did he worry that he was somehow fated to do to his son the same monstrous things that had been done to him? Allison accused Twitch of being a pedophile. You see that? Allison accused Twitch of being a pedophile, guys. Now watch this. What I can't understand is Stephen sat quietly at one of our mutual friends who had been sexually abused as a youngster by an adult figure whom they unabashedly loved, shared the details of the abuse and the difficulties they had reconciling the goal with the guardian. Stephen was sympathetic and supportive, as always, but he never let on that he might be able to relate to the horrors. In other words, him having that conversation about sexual abuse with those people, he never let on that, hey, I had experience with that too. This is what she's saying. But it was there in his journals, his journal pages, not spelled out explicitly, but expressed in so many words and doodles, which mean it wasn't written in detail. She's making this up as she go. It wasn't explicitly expressed in so many words and doodles. So it goes on and it says, Stephen might have killed himself because he thought he was protecting us from an even more horrifying act he thought he might be capable of. So basically, Allison is saying Twitch killed himself because he was trying to protect them from him being a pedophile. How does that help his so-called legacy? Think about that, fam. That's the woman, Miss Holker. Twitch was married to the devil. That's the best way I can put it. Twitch was married to the devil. Let's get into this.
His family. We sat down with Stephen's mother, Connie Boss Alexander, and his brother, Dre Rose, after they reached out to us at Connie's home in Arizona. This interview took place right before Allison's book was released. What do you miss most? What do you want us to know about him as his mom, and what do you miss most?
That face.
That face.
Whenever we were apart and we would get back together, the first thing I would say is, oh, there's my face. There's my face.
Most people know Stephen Boss as Twitch, a charismatic dancer and daytime personality. But to Connie Boss Alexander, Stephen was her loving son.
He was kind and caring, and I know that sounds cliche, but he truly was kind and caring and always wanting to make sure you were okay and taking care of you. We're a very affectionate family, so very affectionate. He always kissed me on my forehead.
Yeah.
I miss that.
Connie last texted with Stephen on Monday, December 12, 2022. She says it was an ordinary conversation. They talked about work and his children's Christmas list. The next morning, Connie says, she got a phone call from his wife, Allison Holker, asking if she had heard from him. Hours later, he was found dead in a hotel room with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Connie's brother, Alan, told her the terrible news.
And I just remember Alan saying, Connie, he's gone. And I just dropped. You can't imagine those words.
I can. Connie says she is still.
Where is your tears? Where's the tears? Where's the tears, fam? I didn't see no tears. It's something about when you love someone and they passed on, you know, tears are supposed to naturally flow. I don't see no tears, nothing. Something isn't right, guys. Something isn't right about all of this.
Caring and always wanting to make sure you were okay and taking care of you. We're a very affectionate family, so.
If you're a very affectionate family, then where are the tears? And everybody's wearing green. Y'all don't notice all of this, man? Like, these things have meanings, man.
Very affectionate. He always kissed me on my forehead.
Yeah.
You know, I miss that.
Connie last texted with Stephen on Monday, December 12th, 2022. She says it was an ordinary conversation. They talked about work and his children's Christmas list. The next morning, Connie says she got a phone call from his wife, Allison Holker, asking if she had heard from him. Hours later, he was found dead in a hotel room.
Now think about what was said there. Let's rewind that back. We got to get all the clues from this, guys. Let's go.
It was an ordinary conversation.
Let me rewind it back a little bit more.
Affectionate family, so very affectionate. He always kissed me on my forehead.
Yeah.
You know, I miss that.
Connie last texted with Stephen on Monday, December 12th, 2022.
Last texted December 12th, 2022. December 12th, 2022. Last text.
She says it was an ordinary conversation.
An ordinary conversation. You see that?
They talked about work and his children's Christmas list.
If a man is going to take himself out, he ain't going to be talking about Christmas lists and all this other stuff with his mom. He's not going to be talking about that. Come on now. If he's going to take himself out, he would not be having a conversation with his mom to talk about Christmas gifts and work and all this other stuff.
The next morning, Connie says she got a phone call from his wife, Allison Holker.
Oh, who did Connie get the call from? The next morning? The next morning. Are y'all putting the puzzle together? How could she get a call the next morning? Put it together, y'all. How could she get a phone call the next morning? Think about this. Twitch had a conversation with the mom on the 12th. Everything was good. He talked about work, talked about Christmas gifts, right? If you're planning on taking your life, you're not having this conversation. You won't even want to talk to nobody. She said the next morning, she got a phone call from Allison. Why would Allison contact her in the morning? Not the night, in the morning. If Twitch left to go to the motel in the morning between, if I can recall, the hours of somewhere between 9 and 10-ish, somewhere around there. Why would she be calling the mom? Why would she be calling the mom for? To say Twitch is gone. This ain't adding up. Because Twitch would have been missing that morning, and it would be the following day, the next day. The story is not adding up. Everybody's lying, including Gayle King. Everybody's in on this, guys. Listen to it again.
Caring and always wanting to make sure you were okay and taking care of you. We're a very affectionate family, so very affectionate. He always kissed me on my forehead.
Yeah.
You know, I miss that.
Connie last texted with Stephen on Monday, December 12, 2022. She says it was an ordinary conversation. They talked about work and his children's Christmas list. The next morning, Connie says she got a phone call from his wife, Allison Holker, asking if she had heard from him.
Asking if she have heard from him. Why would she be contacting the mom to ask if she heard from him if Twitch left the house and she was at the gym? In her book, Allison said she was at the gym waiting for Twitch. So why would she be contacting the mother to say, hey, have you heard from him? Why would you be worrying that fast? Why would you be worrying about Twitch that early in the morning? Because he left the house.
Hours later, he was found dead in a hotel room.
Hours later, he was found dead in a hotel? What? How? How is that possible? How is it possible that he left in the morning, right? She waited till the next morning, according to the official story. They're all lying, people. Can't you see? They're all lying. They're basically saying that in the same day, all of this happened. How could you go down to a precinct if your husband left early in the morning and say he's missing? How is he missing? How could you say, listen, Gayle, you're lying. We got you. You're lying. Allison is lying. The mom is involved. Everybody's a suspect. Twitch was murdered. Let's roll back the tape, guys. I tell you, when I do my videos, I break everything down. All of these people are lying.
Affectionate family, so very affectionate. He always kissed me on my forehead.
Yeah.
You know, I miss that.
Connie last texted with Stephen on Monday, December 12, 2022.
Connie last text Twitch, December 12th, 2022. The 12th. He died on the 13th. Think about this. In order for that to happen, ladies and gentlemen, the 12th would have had to be in the morning that Twitch went missing. But that's not what they're saying here.
She says it was an ordinary conversation. They talked about work and his children's Christmas list.
If that's the case, he would have been at the motel shooting himself already. That don't make no sense. Because according to the official story, Twitch was already gone. Allison went to sleep that night, got up the next morning, and went down to the precinct. So everybody is lying. And we got it on tape. We got it on tape, which prove everybody is lying right now. I got all of the receipts. Are y'all seeing this? And she walked to the police station. She didn't call. Allison did not call the police. She walked to the police station. Remember, Twitch left his car. She didn't take no car. Who walks to a police station? She did not want a 911 phone call recorded because that would be public knowledge for all of us to analyze in terms of her voice, how nervous she sound, and so on and so forth. She just didn't want that on the record. But based on what we're hearing here, ladies and gentlemen, these are all lies. Everything we just heard is a lie.
Caring and always wanting to make sure you were okay and taking care of you. We're a very affectionate family, so very affectionate. He always kissed me on my forehead.
Yeah.
You know, I miss that.
Connie last texted with Stephen on Monday, December 12, 2022. She says it was an ordinary conversation.
Conversation, which means he talked back. Twitch communicated back to his mother. It's not like she texted him and he never responded. No, he communicated back with his mother. A man that's planning on taking his life is not going to communicate back.
They talked about work and his children's Christmas list. The next morning, Connie says she got a phone call from his wife, Allison Holker, asking if she had heard from him. Hours later, think about what's going on now. Hours later, after Connie got the call from Allison asking, have you seen him? Hours later, what? He was found dead in a hotel room. How was he found dead in the same day? How? That don't make no sense. Because Allison said he left in the morning, took an Uber, and then she ain't see him. And she went to sleep. And then the next day, she went to the police station. It don't make sense. They lied. They planned this. Twitch boss was murdered with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Connie's brother Alan told her the terrible news. Connie's brother told her the terrible news? Connie's brother told her what? Wind that back. Connie says she got a phone call from his wife, Allison Holker, asking if she had heard from him. Hours later, he was found dead in a hotel room with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Connie's brother Alan told her the terrible news.
And I just remember Alan saying,
this doesn't make no sense, people. This doesn't make no sense.
Connie says she got a phone call from his wife, Allison Holker, asking if she had heard from him. Hours later, he was found dead in a hotel room with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Connie's brother Alan told her the terrible news.
And I just remember Alan saying, Connie, he's gone. And I just dropped. You can't imagine those words.
I can. Connie says she is still processing Stephen's death and what she says happened next when she flew to California to be with Allison and the children.
The intent was to grieve together, be a family together, because we were a family, we were boss. And we wanted to be there for her. We were, trying to figure out what we were going to do or what she wanted to do in terms of plans. And then I got a phone call saying, we need you guys to sign non-disclosure agreements.
So let me get this straight. You get a call to sign non-disclosure agreements. Now, before we even continue, we got to break this stuff down. Let me see. Hold on a second. I got to go back in time and we got to look up some of these receipts. Let me see. Okay. I'm looking at some information on the screen that I got to take care of. Stephen Twitch boss dead. Okay. Ellen DeGeneres just paid tribute. I'm reading something from TMZ. Ellen DeGeneres just paid tribute to her friend Stephen Twitch boss, writing, I'm heartbroken. Twitch was a pure love, soul, and light. He was my family, and I loved him with all my heart. I miss him. Please send your love and support to Allison and his beautiful children, Wesley, Maddox, and Zaya or whatever her name is. Let's see. All right. Allison ran into. Now let me bring this up to speed, guys. Let's get this thing going. Hold on a second. Let me do this. All right. Let me take a screenshot of this, because we got to bring out these receipts. It's very important when we do this work that we're thorough. I don't play with this type of stuff. This is serious business for me. Right? Okay. Because none of this stuff makes sense. None of this stuff makes sense. Okay. I got that. Let me get one more thing. All right. One more item. Let me see. Steven Twitch boss checks into motel. All right. Steve Twitch boss wife told cops he left unexpected. Okay, let's get this. Let's get this, because again, all of these are receipts. We talked about these things in previous videos, but we got to examine all of this information because there's so much stuff going on within this interview. There's so much going on that we have to uncover this stuff. Okay. Watch this, guys. Let me set this all up. Then we're going to get to work. All right. We spoke with hotel staff. Okay. All right. I think I got enough. All right. So let me see if I can put this on the screen. Let me see if we could put this on the screen and get the party started. Now, again, this is Ringo TV Reactions. I'm breaking this stuff down. Nobody else is breaking this stuff down. If you want to go watch the interview, you go watch it somewhere else. Over here, we do the breakdowns. We're giving you the truth. We're not here to bullshit nobody. We're here to uncover the dark, hidden secrets and the lies that are being told to the public. We're not here to play games with y'all. Right? So let's get this. Right? So we got that. Let me see. Oops. I put 3 of them. My bad. Gotta take 2 of those out. Okay. Okay, we got this. And we got this. Now, let's set this up. Let's set this whole thing up. Break this all down. All right. Okay, first thing we got, Steven Twitch boss wife told cops he left unexpectedly. How could she know that if she was at the gym? According to the book, Allison said in her book, Twitch was supposed to meet her at the gym, which implies she was at the gym. So why would she tell TMZ or tell the police rather, he left unexpectedly, wouldn't answer phone? How could that be possible if she said in the book that Twitch was supposed to meet her at the gym? Think about that, guys. If you've been following my investigative videos, we read the book where Allison said Twitch was supposed to meet her at the gym. If he left unexpectedly and wouldn't answer his phone, how the fuck could he meet her at a gym? These are contradictions. These are lies. The man was murdered. Read the book. DJ Steven Twitch boss wife was adamant. Listen, was adamant with cops Tuesday morning. Now, again, I don't have a map of 2022 in front of me to know the exact day and everything, because again, they said Tuesday. So I'm gonna have to go look up a 2022 map, a calendar, and find out where all these days fell on, so we can know exactly what went down, so we can uncover more of the lies. You understand? The wife was adamant with cops Tuesday morning. She knew something was terribly wrong. How could she know something was terribly wrong? Because he'd left home without warning and stopped all communications. Well, why in her book she said to us that he was supposed to meet her at a gym? Why? She said that in the book. We read it the other day. She said that Twitch was supposed to meet her at the gym when he left the house. But she's telling the police here, oh, he left unexpectedly without no communication and wouldn't answer his phone. She's lying, guys. We got more. Check it out. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ when Allison Holker entered a branch of the LAPD. Notice, she did not call. She entered. Wait, I think there's more. Hold on a second. Let me get something else. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, let's get this one first. Check this out, guys. Because Twitch was murdered. Check it out. Stephen Twitch Boss, the famed DJ on Ellen DeGeneres talk show, is dead. And TMZ has learned it appears to be a S word. See, it appears. That doesn't mean it's true. It appears, right? Watch this. Law enforcement tells us Stephen's wife, Allison Holker, ran into an LAPD station Tuesday, and she was frantic because she said Stephen had left home without his car. Something was not right. Something was not like him at all. We're told a short time later, around 11:15 a.m., paramedics got a call for a medical emergency at an LA hotel. They found Stephen there dead from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Now think about this, guys. Think about this. The wife, she don't call the police. She runs down to the LAPD station and tell them frantically, Stephen had left home without his car. Oh my goodness. Something was not right with him at all. Come on now. This doesn't make no sense. And then they were pretty much told a short time later, around 11:15 a.m., paramedics got a call for a medical emergency at an LA hotel. But in her book, she said that law enforcement was at her house searching for a gun, that law enforcement was asking her, were you fighting? Was there any issues? So all of this stuff is taking place in the morning, but she's supposed to be at the gym. Remember that, guys? She's supposed to be at the gym. Are you picking up? In her book, she said that Twitch was supposed to meet her at the gym on the day he was dead. But she wasn't at no gym. She's walking to a precinct frantically. Oh, something wrong. How can you know something is wrong with your husband because he left? Why would a man get up in the morning and just leave and don't say that to nobody, but you tell us in your book that he was supposed to meet you at a motel, at a so-called gym? I thought he's a drug addict. I thought he's an alcoholic. Why would he be going to the gym to work out if he's smoked out? Come on now. Oh, they don't like me, guys. I'm touching on too much truth right now. Or I'm stirring up the nest. Come on now. She went down to the police station, frantically hysterical, claiming that something was going to happen. How could she know something was not right? How? Because it says at 11:15 a.m., paramedics got a call for a medical emergency at a LA hotel. And this is after she ran down to the precinct. Why would she run down to the precinct? Because she had words with Twitch. Come on now. She had words with Twitch. Something happened. And she knew whoever was going to murder him, it was going to go down that morning. Let's see what else we got from this particular post here. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ when Allison Holker entered a branch of the LAPD Tuesday to report Stephen missing. Notice, to report Stephen missing. How could you report Stephen missing if he just left the same morning? Does that make sense? No, that don't make sense. You don't report somebody missing the same day. If he left in the morning, you don't rush out and run to the station to report him missing. You see that? It's two conflicting stories. It's two conflicting stories because the mother said she was communicating with Twitch on the 12th. So that would imply that Twitch left on the morning of the 12th to go to the motel. But that's not what it says concerning Allison's story. You see that? Allison entered a branch of the LAPD on Tuesday to report him missing. She stressed how out of character Twitch's disappearance was. How? If she's at the gym. In her book, she said she was at the gym and Twitch was supposed to meet her there. She told cops he just simply left their house. How? If he was supposed to meet you at the gym? Come on now. I don't even know what page it was on the book because we read this from the book, guys. We read this from the book. Let me see if I can just find it real fast. This is crazy. I didn't mark down what page it was on, but we read it from the book. Let me see. I should have marked it down. Monday, my friend reached out by text about connecting with. Oh, no, that's not it. I mean, even in the book, on page 159, you know what Allison said? Page 159. She said, and I quote, here it goes. I told the authorities there was no need for an autopsy. Was because I knew there'd be marijuana in his system. I didn't want his drug use exposed to a wider world by TMZ or any other news outlet. By keeping to myself information that might provide helpful in understanding why he died. She's telling law enforcement that came to her house, there's no need for an autopsy because I don't want people to know he used drugs. But the official autopsy suggests that there was no drugs. There was no drugs in his system, guys. No drugs was found in Twitch's body in the official autopsy. Give me a minute. Let me grab this. Check this out. All right. You see that? May 24th, no drugs or alcohol were found in Boss's system at time of his death. But Allison said, there is no need for an autopsy to the police because I know there's going to be drugs found in his system. But there was no drugs found in his system. So how could she guarantee there's going to be drugs found in his system when there were none? I'm going to have to do a video about that. He was supposed to meet her at the gym another time. Yeah, I'm going to have to find that another time because that bit of information was crazy. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to have to find that another time. I didn't mark it. Well, we read that the other day, right? So let me get back to reading this. And then we'll get back to that interview. And also understand, I am doing a live stream investigation. I am not reading the chat. So if you think I'm sitting there reading the chat, think again. I'm working right now, right? That's like me flying a jet and you want to have a conversation on the side. Your conversation is supposed to be amongst people in the live chat. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ when Allison Holker entered a branch of the LAPD Tuesday to report Stevens missing, she stressed how out of character Twitch's disappearance was. She told cops he simply left their house, there was no argument or issue, and he wouldn't answer any of her phone calls. Why would he not answer any of her phone calls, right? But he was having a conversation with his mother. None of this stuff is making sense. Am I the only one that could see this? He had conversations with the mom. The mom said this. But Allison is saying he wouldn't answer my calls. So who's lying? Who's lying? The mom said he was talking to me about Christmas gifts and work. And then a couple of hours later, she got a call from Allison. Then Allison says he ended up dead after that. So all of this happened in the same day? None of this stuff is making sense, people. All of these stories are conflicting. Our law enforcement sources say that they then accompanied Allison back to the family's home, doing a brief check around the property for any video or clues as to where he gone. Now, in the book, Allison said that law enforcement watched video of Twitch leaving the house, but they didn't publish no video. No videos were published. We're told Allison was so insistent on how odd Twitch's behavior was. Officers considered listing him as a critical missing persons case. Why? Because Allison was already painting him as a lunatic to police. Oh, he's having a medical emergency. He's having a mental breakdown. She was painting the narrative from back then. However, as TMZ first reported, a 911 call came in shortly after Allison's contact with police, with cops, saying Twitch's body had been discovered at a motel less than a mile from his home. But notice, Allison never called 911. Allison ran down to the police station. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Even down to the gun. Allison said she didn't even know where the gun was in the house. Manny Cross said the gun belongs to Miss Holker. In the book, Miss Holker said Twitch bought the gun and she didn't know where the gun was. And then she tried to shame him for having a gun because the kids could find the gun. But she didn't know where the gun was. Cops end up finding a gun box in the house. Why would cops be in your house searching for anything? with no warrants for anything. None of this stuff is making sense. This is one big cover-up. Twitch was murdered. Twitch was murdered, guys. Let's get back to the interview now. Let's go.
Connie's brother Alan told her the terrible news.
And I just remember Alan saying, Connie, he's gone. And I just dropped.
That's what I was saying at Spunky. Allison said in her book that Twitch bought the gun and she didn't know where it was. And she said she didn't even know if he know how to operate the gun. We talked about the other day in live streams on the platform. How you don't know where a loaded gun is in your house? Anybody that's a gun owner supposed to know where the guns are. And they're supposed to be tucked away safely so the kids don't get near them. None of this stuff is making sense, y'all. Let's go.
Connie's brother Alan told her the terrible news.
And I just remember Alan saying, Connie, he's gone.
How did the brother find out the news first? How the brother found out the news? And why Miss Holker didn't contact the mom? Listen, people, we gotta look at this thing logically. Miss Holker contacted the mom to ask if she know where Twitch is. But when Twitch is found dead, somebody else contacts the mom to tell her that he's dead, not Miss Holker. Miss Holker couldn't face mom because she knew what she did to her son. Guilt. You contacted Mom Duke by setting your alibi. Now think about this, guys. Listen to me very carefully. We're very good at what we do over here at Ringo TV Reactions. Miss Holker didn't call the police, but she called the mom to set her alibi. In other words, I don't know. I called mom asking because they know those phone calls can be verified. You see that? But she never called the police. And why she didn't call mom after learning that Twitch was dead? She could have called the mom herself. And how did the brother end up finding out to call the mom, to call his sister? Make that make sense. So she didn't even get the bad news from Miss Holker. She got it secondhand.
Connie's brother Alan told her the terrible news.
And I just remember Alan saying, Connie, he's gone. And I just dropped.
Who told him? Is the question.
You can't imagine those words.
I can. Connie says she is still processing Stephen's death and what she says happened next when she flew to California to be with Allison and the children.
Why isn't Connie calling for an investigation in his death? The man was murdered. You're his mother. You're supposed to know your son. Look at your grandchildren. Do you really believe that Twitch would kill himself knowing he got kids? This doesn't make no sense.
The intent was to grieve together, be a family together, because we were family, we were boss. And we wanted to be there for it. We were, trying to figure out what we were going to do or what she wanted to do in terms of plans. And then I got a phone call saying, we need you guys to sign non-disclosure agreements.
And you just went and signed? So let me get this straight. You just went and signed non-disclosure agreements. Okay.
And we were like, why? What's going on? What is this for? And she says, well, somebody in the family has sold a story to a magazine. And we were like, what are you talking about? Who did this? And she said, Granddad. And that's Stephen's grandfather. And now, if you know my dad, he is the most respected, the most integrity. Would never do that. So a magazine did call him, and in the throes of grief, my father answered the phone, and they asked him
questions.
Right, and he's answering.
answered them.
Right, he's answering the questions, and saying we're grieving, we don't know what happened, whatever the answers were. But it was at that point that it became, you guys are doing this. We need you to sign this.
And for those that are on the Ringo TV Raw channel, we're streaming simultaneously on 2 platforms. On the Ringo TV Reactions channel is where you'll be able to see the footage of the interview. You're going to only be able to hear it on this platform. We're streaming on 2 channels at the same time.
Saying we're grieving, we don't know what happened, whatever the answers were. But it was at that point that it became, you guys are doing this. We need you to sign this. And we were like, no, that is not true. And that's kind of where it started. It went,
So that's when the friction
yes,
started,
yes.
asking for the NDA.
It went downhill from there.
And you guys signed. You guys signed because Ms. Holker was offended because another gentleman in your family spoke to some reporter or something along them lines, and that prompted signing an NDA. So that tells me that there's no trust from Allison's side of the family. They never liked none of y'all. Allison never liked none of y'all, fam. That's just the way it is. She never liked the mom. She never liked nobody. She tolerated y'all because Twitch was there. But technically, she never liked none of y'all. She never liked y'all. And the thing that I always have is, why would you sign an NDA? We fighting. If I go to a funeral and they tell me I got to sign papers in order to see the loved ones, we fighting. I'm going to jail. We all fighting, the whole family. We gonna kick ass. We wouldn't mind going to jail that day.
Asked to sign an NDA to go to the funeral?
It became, if you don't sign, you will not be able to see him and you will not be able to participate.
Okay, so right there, why would you sign? Why would you sign after a threat of, if you don't sign, you're not going to be able to see him? At that point, that's foul play. Something should have told you right then and then. Somebody murdered my son. Why would they treat me like this? And you're the mother. You're supposed to be getting the utmost treatment. Heck, Mom Duke supposed to be getting preferential treatment. That's Mom Duke. That's Mom Duke. What the fuck wrong with you? That's Mama. Nobody supposed to disrespect Mama. So for her to do this, that ought to scream red flag. Somebody murdered Twitch. I could understand if she wanted some other family members to sign because she don't know them. But Mom Duke, Mama, she should never have to go through any of that type of stuff. Never. That's proof Twitch was murdered. He was murdered. Y'all should have took out your cell phones and went live and film and said, look, guys, they're saying we can't go in to the funeral because we didn't sign an NDA. It would have went viral. Allison would have been exposed. But nah, y'all signed it. So at the end of the day, stop complaining. If you sign an NDA, that's a choice you made. Stop crying. You signed it. No different than if you went and get a house and you sign on a dotted line for that loan, you are bound by the terms of the contract. You sign for a car, fam, you better have that car payment because they're going to come for that car if you don't make that note. So at the end of the day, these are adults. They knew what they were doing. So I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, Allison is just a horrible person because, you know, she wanted us to sign an NDA. Listen, if you're dumb enough to sign it, then you're dumb enough to abide by the terms of the contract. Period. Yes, it's foul. Yes, it's shady. But at the end of the day, if you signed on the dotted line, you got to fulfill your end of the contract. Let's go.
Connie says she signed a revised version of the non-disclosure agreement so that she could see her son before he was cremated. In her now-released memoir,
before he was cremated, they cremated tWitch. They cremated tWitch. They burned them, y'all, to a dust, to a crisp.
Allison Holker expressed concern about pictures of Stephen leaking to the public.
To make me sign a document to see the child that I brought into the world?
That's crazy.
I can't even put into words what that feels like.
You should have expressed what that feel like on the day everything went down. This tells me that the men on Twitch side of the family, they soft. The men on Twitch side of the family, they soft. They fucking soft, fam. I would have raised hell in that place. Trust and believe that, fam. We would have been seeing our family members. Y'all would have had to call the cops. We would have saw our loved one. Ain't no doubt about that. You think I'm just gonna stand right there and my mama is there crying and we can't see our loved one? Are we raising hell? That's right. We all going to jail. That's right. So that tells me that on Twitch side of the family, there's a lot of weak men that don't know how to stand on business when it needs to. Mama should never be crying. Mama should not be going through no pain. She's already going through enough pain. Now this damn witch is causing more pain on mama? And I'm there watching? Nah, it's not gonna go down like that. It's not.
And you know, this was a sensational story, so definitely there are going to be people out there who would take advantage of that. So I truly understand that. I guess my issue with it is that we are family. I'm his mother. What did you honestly think I was going to do? You know, his brothers, his grandparents, his uncle, his aunts. What did you think we were going to do?
Now, just over 2 years since Stephen's death, a People magazine article has become a new point of contention. It included details from Allison's book about Stephen's marijuana use and Allison allegedly finding a, quote, cornucopia of other drugs in the home he shared with her and their 3 children after Stephen passed. And when you read it for the first time and heard it, what did you think? How did you react?
Immediately it was, oh my God. And then it was, this is going to be out there for the kids to see.
The People article also included details about Stephen's private journals, where Allison says he alluded to being sexually abused as a child.
I guess my thought is, first of all, that was his story to tell.
Were you aware that that was even a possible issue for him? You know, in the People article, there she alludes that he may have been, that he seemed to indicate that he had been sexually abused by a trusted male figure in his life.
No.
You were not aware of any of that?
No.
Those details were all—
You know what's so sad about this is that this is supposed to be his mother, and it's like she's talking as if though somebody made her talk like this. A real mom would be flipping out. A real mom would be like, heck no, ain't nobody touched my son. I know my son. Your mama know a lot about you than you think. She gave birth to you. You don't think she know? She know all your secrets. You can't hide nothing. She know. Things you think you have a secret, your mom already knew. She just didn't tell you that she knew. Your mom knew about that damn explicit magazine that you kept under your mattress. She knew about that. To all you brothers out there that had that magazine your friend gave you in school, your mom knew. She knew about all your dirt. She just didn't tell you.
Also a shock to Stephen's younger brother, Dre Rose. So did you know about any of these issues before the People magazine article came out? Cornucopia of drugs, including mushrooms, pills, and other substances, implying that he had a serious drug issue.
I knew that recreationally he's used or tried things. That wasn't a shock to me.
Recreation what? He what? Tried things. What? What did the brother just say, guys? What? Listen, guys, I don't trust the family, dog. I don't trust this dude. You know that dude DM me to defend Manny Cross? Yeah. He DM me, fam. Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, yeah. That dude DM me, fam. Let me see if I can get the receipt. Because, you know, I got receipts on everything. Definitely got receipts. Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me get this. Oh, wrong screen. Let me see if I can get this receipt. Where is it? I got so many receipts, man. It's unbelievable. I got a lot of receipts, but I know I got the one with Manny and the brother. Okay, here we go. All right. Here we go. You see that? On the left side of the screen is Manny Cross. He was spamming my live chat, calling me a clown because I called him out for being a fake friend and for not putting out the information needed about Allison. He promised to put out video footage and he never did. So I blocked him and basically exposed him as a liar and a fraud. But now on the right side of the screen, you see Twitch brother. He DM'd me to defend Manny. He says, hey, you're reaching on the Manny story. I didn't even respond to him. You see that? I didn't even respond. You know, like how when it says accept, I didn't even accept. I didn't even respond. You see what's going on here? But now, look at what the brother said, y'all. Look at what the brother said about Twitch. He threw Twitch under the bus. Look at this.
We have drugs, including mushrooms, pills.
Listen to this, guys.
Rose. So did you know about any of these issues before the People magazine article came out? Cornucopia of drugs, including mushrooms, pills, and other substances, implying that he had a serious drug issue.
I knew that recreationally he's used or tried things.
What? My goodness, they working together, man. Bro, how the fuck you gonna come on Gayle King and say that your brother used things recreational? You're a fucking idiot, dog. Like, you literally just threw Twitch under the bus and it substantiates all of the bull crap that Allison said. This man said this on a national stage on Gayle King. Do you know what people are going to do with that clip? That makes Allison look good. That makes Allison look like she's telling the truth. You never liked your brother, fam. You just expose yourself. Because if you're so concerned about her putting information, why would you even allude to him using drugs recreationally? Look what you just did to your own brother. Look what you just said, dog. Wow, bro. Threw Twitch under the fucking bus, bruh. You threw him under the bus. Your own brother. You know what's so crazy? Manny. You remember you said I was going to look stupid? You said Twitch didn't use no drugs. It was Allison who used the drugs. And when the family finally speak, Ringo gonna look stupid. Well, Twitch's brother just claimed that Twitch used drugs recreationally. Y'all gotta get y'all lies together, man. Y'all gotta know what to say, and y'all need real public communicative skills. Because you said Twitch didn't use no drugs and that Twitch was a clean-cut dude. Allison was the addict. Twitch's brother says, well, he used a couple of things recreationally, alluding to Twitch using drugs. When I tell you family and friends are some of your worst enemies, I'm telling you right now, they are your worst enemies. Your own brother will throw you under the bus. Fam, if this is about protecting Twitch's legacy, why would you say that? Why would you say that on a national stage, dummy? Why would you say your brother used drugs recreationally? So that's the mission. So not only is Allison destroying the legacy of Twitch, Twitch's family has destroyed his legacy. Because now, Allison is looking good. Because the brother confirmed that Twitch was an addict. Are y'all seeing this? So all that BS Manny Cross was saying on his platform was a joke because the brother threw Twitch under the bus. So now, Manny, what are you going to say to Twitch's brother? What are you going to say? Because I don't believe the brother. The brother could say whatever he's saying. I don't believe him. I don't believe that dude. Let's listen to what he said again, guys. Listen to what he said.
He alluded to being sexually abused as a child.
I guess my thought is, first of all, that was his story to tell.
Were you aware that that was even a possible issue for him? You know, in the People article, there she alludes that he may have been, that he seemed to indicate that he had been sexually abused by a trusted male figure in his life.
No.
You were not aware of any of that?
No.
Those details were also a shock to Stephen's younger brother, Dre Rose. So did you know about any of these issues before the People magazine article came out? Cornucopia of drugs, including mushrooms, pills, and other substances.
Now think about this. He never seen these drugs. He never known about these drugs. Everybody made a big deal about it when Allison made the People magazine interview and the post. They were all upset about it. Watch how the brother throw Twitch under the bus.
Implying that he had a serious drug issue.
I knew that recreationally he's used or tried things.
What? I knew? The brother just said, well, I knew that he tried things. Why would you say that? Why? Why would you say that, bruh? Why would you? Listen, even if your brother did, even if you knew something, why would you say that? Yo, when I tell you, this dude is slow, you are slow, bro. You're the worst brother ever. And how you know? Unless you were using drugs too. Why would Twitch come to you and say, yeah, you know, I was using this and I was using that, unless you smoking with him? All of y'all probably on drugs. All of y'all probably trying drugs. How dare you? How dare you throw your brother under the bus and have a damn nerve to be angry with Allison for what she write in a book, you hypocrite? I guess that NDA signing must have really paid off because y'all singing the same tune like Allison. The same tune. This is nasty, disgusting work.
Indicate that he had been sexually abused by a a trusted male figure in his life.
No,
You were not aware of any of that.
no.
Those details were also a shock to Stephen's younger.
Fam, in the hood, if the police, listen, in the hood, if you got a family member and the law is hunting them down in the building, where's so-and-so? Hey, you seen this guy? You seen him anywhere? I don't know who you talking about. I don't know. I don't care. That's my blood. I'm gonna ride with my family. But you threw your brother under the bus. You never rocked with him, dog. You just exposed yourself. You always was jealous of your brother. You were jealous of Twitch. I now see it. You were jealous of Twitch. That's right. You, sir, you were jealous of Twitch the whole time. You got on a national stage, looked in the face of Gail, and confirmed that Twitch used recreational drugs. How fucking dumb could you be, bro? You're the type that will rat your brother out and send him away for 30 years. This is disgusting. I hope y'all seeing how the family really is, man. I hope y'all seeing this, because you ain't getting no breakdowns like this nowhere on social media. Let's go.
Brother, Dre Rose. So did you know about any of these issues before the People magazine article came out? Cornucopia of drugs, including mushrooms, pills, and other substances, implying that he had a serious drug issue.
I knew that recreationally he's used or tried things. That wasn't a shock to me. This cornucopia of drugs that had to be Googled, we don't even know if those were, we don't know anything to be true.
Finish that sentence. We don't even know if those were his?
Yes, I mean, really.
Wait. You need her to tell you to finish a sentence, dog? So you don't even know if the cornucopia of drugs was true, but you just snitched on your brother and said, yeah, he did recreational stuff. Why would you say that? Why would you volunteer stuff that is not there? How dumb could you be? Y'all gonna regret ever doing that interview. Y'all should have came to Ringo TV. Y'all went to Gail King to do this interview, and you threw your brother under the bus. That's disgusting work.
It's hearsay. It's someone else's version. And if that is the truth, there could have been a better way to bring that to the family, and then we discuss, what that meant.
So you wish there would have been a conversation with the family?
Yes.
That I found this.
Yeah, huh?
Did
Do you know anything about it?
Were you aware of possible sexual abuse in his childhood? You knew nothing
that was
about
new.
that? So that was a shock to you to hear that?
Yes. It was a shock to me. It was a shock to our father. Because when that comes up, it's like, well, hold on, a male figure in the
male figure,
right?
Yeah.
A trusted male figure. Remember, according to Allison, a trusted male figure. A trusted male figure. And according to the book, guys, let's go back. According to the book, Allison said that Twitch killed himself because he thought he was going to end up sexually abusing his own son. So he said to himself, you know what? Let me end my life now so that I don't end up doing that. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard, by the way, but it says it on page 147, right, of the book. It says, let me see, where could we start reading? And this is Allison's talking. She says, I'll ever have a definitive answer, but from what he wrote on the page, I couldn't help but wonder, did the abuse happen when he was roughly the same age as Maddox? Did becoming a biological father dislodge those buried memories of his childhood abuse? And did he worry that he was somehow fated to do to his son the same monstrous things that had been done to him? So in other words, Allison is basically saying in so many words, Twitch killed himself because he was fearful that he was going to violate his own son. On page 148, it goes on and says, Stephen might had killed himself because he thought he was protecting us from an even more horrifying act he thought he might be capable of. This is Allison Holker assuming all of this evil in the book. That's what she said, not me. That's what Miss Holker said about her own husband. And yet you got this brother of Twitch that threw him under the bus in the worst way. This is sad, man.
Thing about it.
Were you aware of possible sexual abuse in his childhood? You knew nothing
that was
about
new.
that? So that was a shock to you to hear that?
Yes. It was a shock to me. It was a shock to our father. Because when that comes up, it's like, well, hold on, a male figure in the
male figure,
right?
Yeah.
So now you have our family looking at each other like, well, what happened? And we didn't know anything of that nature.
When we talk about drugs, and she didn't use the word that he was an addict, but she did say that there were a lot of drugs. Couldn't she have known things about him that you two didn't? Mom wouldn't know, you wouldn't know.
It's a possibility. I mean,
the
they were
wife
married.
often knows more than the family, even as close as the family is. You don't give her a pass on that she may know things that you all didn't know
I think
about him.
there are things that she knows that we didn't know, but also know that there are things about him that she didn't know.
Dre, who worked with Steven, says his brother would often confide in him about struggling with issues like imposter syndrome, and together they would come up with ways to tackle his insecurities.
Listen, everybody have some level of insecurities, fears, doubts, whatever you want to call it. Everybody got something. What I'm seeing here is this dude had some sort of issue with Twitch. And if you look in his hand, he got a drink. Is that a drink? Or am I just seeing things? Is that a drink in his hand, guys? Or am I seeing things? I need to know. Yo, based on what I'm seeing here, the younger brother is drunk and high. You can't see this, man. He have a drink in his hand, y'all. Twitch don't got no drink. The brother look high. How come Gail can't see that? This is crazy. Look at the brother. He lit, drunk, high. Wow. Where they at? The bar? They look like they out hanging out somewhere. Wow. Imagine, here you are throwing your brother under the bus and you got a damn drink in your hand.
He says Steven told him that those conversations were difficult with Allison.
Now notice this. The brother is telling Gail that Twitch had difficulty communicating with his own wife in the house. Why would you be talking about this, bro? Why would you be telling the public about the conversations with you and your brother? It's nobody's business, man. Okay, you're upset with Miss Holker for doing these dirty things, but you're doing the same thing. Why would you tell us this? And how is it that you, sir, according to the book, because Gail King just said you worked with Twitch. So now, based on the book, it says that the brother knew how much money Twitch spent from his account. Oh, it's in the book. If they call me to the stand, I'm bringing this book with me. Oh, yeah. In the case of Allison Holker, oh, yeah. I would definitely go on the stand. And we're going to cook your ass. Let's see what we got. I know it's in here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. Okay. That's not it. Is this it? I mean, think about this, guys. In the book, right? Before I get to my point, she said in the book, right? Let me read from here. And this is on page 51 of the book. While scrolling through his texts, I discovered that not only had Stephen arranged a meeting with a drug dealer while we were in Laguna Beach for our magical anniversary weekend, but he also bought more drugs that he picked up after we got home. But remember, Twitch's autopsy suggests there was no alcohol, no drugs. But in the book, she's telling the world that Stephen was buying a bunch of drugs and arranged a meeting with a drug dealer. How you know he's a drug dealer? How you know he's a drug dealer? And if he's a drug dealer, why didn't you give that info to law enforcement? Perhaps he's a loan shark. Perhaps Twitch was murdered because, you know, he couldn't pay back a loan, a debt. This is good for investigation. This doesn't make any sense, man. This doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to find some key info about the brother. Trying to see which page that was on about the brother. I gotta mark this stuff, man. Is it in I lied? Let me see. It should be close by. Gotta be here somewhere. Because I was reading it the other day. It gotta be here somewhere. That's not it. I'm gonna have to probably find that another time. Is that it? No, that's not it. Basically, I'll find it another time. Basically, Allison said in the book that Twitch's brother, which is that guy, was able to go into Twitch's account and know that he only spent $10 for the Uber ride to the motel. How did he have access to Twitch's financial accounts? How he know that? How he know these things? And why would he tell that to Allison? They working together, guys. They all working together. This is one big play. It's one big play for the cash.
Struggling with issues like imposter syndrome, and together they would come up with ways to tackle his insecurities. He says Stephen told him that those conversations were difficult with Allison.
So,
also, marijuana is not a drug. Marijuana is not a drug. That's another issue here. You can't call marijuana a drug because it's not. It's not a drug. And why would the brother say that Twitch was using certain drugs recreationally? Why would he say that? Where's the proof of that? Where's the receipts of that? Because that would imply he himself been doing drugs too. Him right there. But then when we look at the guy from the Ellen DeGeneres show, he said Twitch never used drugs. Let's get that receipt. Let's get that receipt. Give me a minute. Let me find that tape. I keep telling you guys, I focus on receipts. That's what I focus on. Let me see if I can find this. Okay, addicts know each other. Okay, watch this, guys. This is a guy that know Twitch from the Ellen DeGeneres show. Check it out.
Another person that spoke out was Andy Lassner. He was a producer on the Ellen show. He basically said, here's the thing about addicts. We know each other. Whether we've got 10 days clean or 10 years, there's an unspoken recognition, a vibe and nod, and yep, I see you. It's instant. Twitch never gave me that at all. He carried light and kindness in a way that made people feel safe and seen. Every day, his energy wasn't the chaos of addiction. It was calm so many of us fight for. He was just like, I just don't believe what Allison is saying.
You see that? That guy says drug addicts know each other. And he said Twitch wasn't that guy. But Twitch's brother just threw him under the bus. Something ain't right here, guys. Something ain't right. And yeah, if Twitch was using marijuana, it would have been in his system. The autopsy says nothing was there. Nothing. But with the way Allison is painting him as an addict, it's as if though he's just using drugs all day. Twitch was in the gym, working out. Come on now. The brother is a suspect, guys. He's a suspect for throwing him under the bus.
He says Stephen told him that those conversations were difficult with Allison.
So in my opinion, our conversation that he had with me, he felt silenced. Like he couldn't get it out.
He felt silenced in his own home, you're
yes,
saying?
often.
Mm-hmm.
Often. I mean, he loved his wife. He loved those kids.
Yes.
And he would definitely give them his last.
Where's the results and the receipts on that, Dre? Where's the receipts of your brother telling you these things? I'm holding you to the fire just like Manny Cross. You're saying that Twitch couldn't speak in his home. So Twitch is busy telling you about his wife. Where's the receipts of any of these things? And why are you telling us his household business? Why? This is disgusting, bro. Like, if a brother is telling you anything, it's nobody's business, man. Y'all not fighting for Twitch's justice. Y'all believe he killed himself. Dre, I haven't heard you say, oh, Twitch was murdered. No, you believe your brother took his life. Well, if he took his life, he's a damn coward. If your brother took his life, he's a coward. He's a coward. Nowhere in this world I'm gonna be fighting for a brother that is such a damn coward and selfish to take his own life when he got kids. So you gotta choose. Which do you believe? You believe he took his life or you believe he was murdered? Which one? I believe he was murdered. And Allison Holker is a suspect in a crime scene. That is why Twitch was cremated. Twitch was cremated. They burnt him. Why? They didn't want no more autopsies. They didn't want no more forensic tests. They didn't want nothing else to be done. That's right. And in the book, she said she want to buy the motel. Let's get it. That's right. In the book, she said she want to buy the motel. Let's see if we can get that. That we should be able to get. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Page 179. Page 179 of the book. 179. Allison Holker says, quote, "One day, hand on heart, that motel will cease to exist. I don't know how, and I don't care how much money it costs, but my goal is to buy it and tear it down. Maybe build in its place a beautiful dance studio. I need to change that space's energy." You talking about the same energy space you needed to change with Twitch? That's why you got him up on out of here? You want to buy the motel, but you want us to believe that you're broke? You want us to believe that Twitch left you with $1 million in unpaid taxes and debt? But you were living with him for 9 to 10 years, and you now figuring out that money is owed? You've been living with Twitch all these years, but he left you in debt. That makes sense? Now you want to buy a motel? No, you're trying to destroy everything to cover your tracks so his death will never come back to you. I can see right through you, Allison. You are guilty, and you are going to burn in hell. The Most High gonna get you. And I'm here to tell you, and I'm gonna say this loud and clear, them kids are in danger. The kids, they're in danger. When you have a narcissist like Miss Holker writing crazy books, defaming Twitch, not being accountable, and she have access to the kids are in danger. Because that means if anybody decide to reopen the case on Twitch's death and they look at the situation and say, damn, let's investigate Miss Holker. She's mighty suspect. Once Miss Holker find out that the FBI is now cracking down on what she was doing, she's going to take the kids out. She's going to take the kids out, and she's going to take herself out, and y'all going to all learn the truth. I'm telling you from now, so that when it goes down, y'all going to clip this video, and y'all going to share this and say, damn, Ringo called it. Yeah. If they reopen the case and they do a thorough investigation, you're going to find that Miss Holker is guilty. I'm telling you, she's a narcissist. Only a narcissist can write this book. Only a lunatic who is guilty can write this book. This should have been called My Alibi by Allison Holker. My Alibi. And it should have been in the fiction section of the bookstore because it's filled with lies. Filled with lies, guys. Let's go.
But in any situation in which you can't have a conversation and get resolved, it becomes one-sided. And I believe, because you asked about their relationship, I can say that there were many conversations there was no resolve. Mm-hmm. But he would always say to me, this is life, the lights are on, I'll figure it out.
A lot has been made about the NDA, that the family was asked to sign an NDA, to go to the funeral, to have the wake. What is your take about this NDA?
The NDA made my brother's life and experiences pretty much intellectual property.
The family shared a copy of the initial confidentiality agreement, which Dre says was sent by Allison's assistant 3 days after Stephen's death. It names Allison Holker, her family, and Stephen Boss as beneficiaries, and says that confidential information about their professional or business endeavors, personal lives, and any photographs, films, or videos cannot be disclosed, even in the course of casual discussions to any person or entity. In a revised version of that NDA, the Boss family and Allison's team changed the terms of the agreement from an unlimited time frame to apply only to the information learned between the time of Stephen's death and his memorial service.
It was presented to us as, we don't want pictures at the wake and funeral and things of that nature.
That's a fair request.
Two things can be true.
Yeah.
But if you have that in the beginning of the NDA and then in the fine print, it says all these other things that are included, that's the concern.
After the people
Oh, my bad. Volume was off. There's a lot to this that we need to get into. Hold on a second. Let me do this.
Take about this NDA.
The NDA made my brother's life and experiences pretty much intellectual property.
The family shared a copy of the initial confidentiality agreement, which Dre says was sent by Allison's assistant 3 days after Stephen's death.
3 days after Stephen's death. an NDA was already written up? Wait a minute. Hold up. 3 days after Twitch died, y'all already had an NDA written up already? Fam, you just can't draft up an NDA that quick. Y'all can't see that Allison is guilty? How could she send this to the family 3 days after? This is, yeah, premeditated. There you go. Somebody's catching on. Watch this, guys.
This is pretty much intellectual property.
The family shared a copy of the initial confidentiality agreement, which Dre says was sent by Allison's assistant 3 days after Stephen's death.
How do you send a family an NDA to sign 3 days after their loved one died? That means this was already planned, guys. This was already planned. Listen, those documents there, they have to be looked over by attorneys. They have to really comb through this, go through all the legalities and everything. You can't do that in 24 hours. You got to really look over everything, every nick and cranny. For that to be drafted up and sent to the family 3 days after Twitch died, Twitch was murdered. Where is the FBI? The man was murdered. Why are y'all hiding this? We're not stupid. I can see through it. I'm not dumb. Twitch was murdered. You don't send nobody an NDA 3 days after. 3 days after a man dies. Because attorneys would have to look over this thing for a minute before you can send that out. That was too quick. That means you already had your plan that you didn't want the family to benefit at all. You didn't want the family to benefit at all from Stephen Twitch Boss's assets or anything. Nothing. Look, we need those likes to be at 1,000. You got 700 people here, only 400 likes with all this work that I'm doing. Where are the people that support Twitch? Where you at? I'm breaking this thing down. For her to send an NDA 3 days after Twitch died mean this was premeditated murder. They already had the NDAs drafted up. It takes time to set these paperwork up. Come on, man. You just can't make this and send it off to the family 3 days after a man died. They're mourning. The family is mourning, and you present them with NDA paperwork. The family is going through a mourning process, mourning the loss of Twitch, and her assistant sends them NDA papers. It's almost like, okay, now we don't got to act like we like you anymore. Here's the paperwork. Now that Twitch is dead, I don't like you. Sign this. His assets, oh, they belong to me. The money that he was leaving for y'all, sign this NDA. I'm taking that. That's mine. I can guarantee you, if Twitch was good with his family, he had to leave him some money. He had to leave him some assets, probably left his brother a car. Allison said, nope, that's mine. Sign this NDA. All that is mine. Sign over everything. Sign it. Y'all want to see his body? Sign it over to me. That's what she did. And y'all signed it like dummies. Y'all signed it like dummies, man. Rather than, see, here's the thing. What the family should have did is right when they were presented with the NDAs, they were supposed to walk out of the funeral, leave, go live, make hell of a noise, and it would have went viral overnight, and they would have been able to acquire any sort, because look, think about this. They probably were beneficiaries for something. And now they're not, because they signed that over through the NDA. They literally sold their soul. They sold their soul, man. Twitch probably had them as beneficiaries for something. Even the house. Twitch probably had the house in a brother's name, or if this happened to me, I want you to take over this. And if that happened to me, I want you to take over that. Allison said, fuck y'all. I'm taking over everything, because Twitch didn't leave nothing for me. Signed this NDA. She probably got herself in a lawyer. Ben had this thing drafted up so that when they murder Twitch, she gonna send that damn paperwork to the family so that the family can sign over their rights, so that she no longer recognized them as family beneficiaries or anything with Twitch. They can't release no books. They cannot talk about Twitch. They cannot do any interviews, nothing. That's what went down, man. And this is nasty work. Disgusting work, man. They did that man dirty, man. Twitch is literally in his grave spinning over all this BS, fam. Literally. Let me see. He probably left something for his mom, pay off the house. Yeah, had to. Every son would always have his mom in mind at all times. You know? Every son would. Let me see. Shout out to Exandra for the support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Shout out to Exandra. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. I should be doing it right now. Shout out to her for always supporting the show. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that. Let me see. And thanks for getting rid of the troll. Somebody came in here saying, stop making stuff up. Imagine, I'm making stuff up. How dumb could you be? How am I making stuff up? I'm showing you exactly what's going on. I'm telling you. By the pure fact Twitch's family signed a non-disclosure agreement, that just means that they're slow. You know? Look how his face, his brother's face is looking like he was mad because his brother Twitch is again in the spotlight. You can see jealousy, and he really can't make eye contact. He keeps looking off. Yeah, listen, we all have family members that don't like us. Brothers, sisters, cousins, nephews, uncles, aunts that hate us. We all got them, you know? So I'm not surprised. I am not surprised by the fact that the brother is jealous of his own brother. I mean, Cain killed Abel. Cain killed his own brother out of jealousy. So it is normal practice for kinfolk to be enemies. You know? This is crazy. Confidentiality agreement. The undersigned here and after, I, me, you, understand that I may be given access to and become acquainted with sensitive, private, and or confidential information as defined below. Listen, you can't do this in 3 days. This cannot be drafted up in 3 days, guys. Who? Listen, if Twitch just died and Allison served them with NDA papers 3 days after his death, Twitch was murdered, and Allison need to be in prison because this is a red flag. This means that this was already drafted up and prepared for his death. So so that they can separate families. In other words, let's separate the black side of the family from the white side of the family. Yes, I had to go there. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's exactly what happened. Let's separate the family from the black side. You know? Because just the wordplay on these documents, you just can't write that up overnight, especially when Twitch's mother and family side is mourning the loss of Twitch. It is so inappropriate to provide them with NDA paperwork 3 days. 3 days after a man is dead. He was murdered, ladies and gentlemen. Twitch was murdered. I'm going to continue to say this. Stephen Twitch Boss was murdered. Somebody lined him up, killed him, made it look like he took his own life, and now Allison is profiting off his death. And Twitch's family are naive, and they're just going with the flow.
Reality agreement, which Dre says was sent by Allison's assistant 3 days after Stephen's death. It names Allison Holker, her family, and Stephen Boss as beneficiaries, and says that confidential information about their professional or business endeavors, personal lives, and any photographs, films, or videos cannot be disclosed.
Now think about this, guys. Any information relating to beneficiaries. Why is even talking about beneficiaries? Because Twitch probably had his family, even possibly friends, as beneficiaries for certain things. Allison said, I'm taking all of that. Everything is mine. She cut everybody off, fam, legally. She made y'all sign over y'all rights, forfeiting y'all rights to whatever Twitch may have had for you, for the cash. I'm telling you, this is nasty work, bro. This is disgusting.
Death. It names Allison Holker, her family, and Stephen Boss as beneficiaries.
You see that? Yo, wait a minute. Hold up. Wow. So hold up. Are y'all seeing this? It names Allison Holker, her white family. Stephen Boss, but remember, he's dead, as beneficiaries. So the mom gets nothing. Brothers get nothing. Nobody get nothing. Allison took everything for herself, man. Yo.
And says that confidential information about
Confidential information. What? Hold on, let me see this. I understand the term beneficiaries as used herein shall include Allison Holker Boss, together with her guests, friends, and immediate family and extended family members, including without limitation Stephen Boss and any of the beneficiaries related and affiliated entities and each of their respective agents, employees, directors, officers, attorneys, business managers, representatives, and executives, hereinafter collectively related parties. I mean, this was crafted out by an attorney, guys. This was crafted out by an attorney. Allison got very technical and went and hired herself some attorneys to draft her up this paperwork. And they did that so that they can shun the family, so they could get rid of the family, the black side of the family. She don't want nothing to do with them. She's tired of acting. She's tired of acting nice towards Twitch's mom. She never liked Twitch's mom. She just tolerated her, right? And it is what it is. Let's go.
out their professional or business endeavors, personal lives, and any photographs, films, or videos cannot be disclosed.
Wow. So they can't disclose photos of Twitch? Come on now.
Even in the course of casual discussions to any person or entity.
So they can't even talk about Twitch. They can't even talk. That's why they didn't speak for 2 years, guys. That's why the mom, the brothers, the cousins, and everybody else that signed couldn't talk for 2 years. They couldn't even have conversations about Twitch online anywhere. You know? This is sad, man.
In a revised version of that NDA.
Why would they have a revised version of the NDA? Why? They revived the NDA. This is all about money, guys. Money, power, and control.
The Boss family and Allison's team changed the terms of the agreement from an unlimited time frame to apply only to the information learned between the time of Stephen's death and his memorial service.
Wow.
It was presented to us as, we don't want pictures at the wake and funeral and things of that nature.
That's a fair request.
Two things can be true.
Yeah.
But if you have that in the beginning of the NDA and then in the fine print, it says all these other things that are included, that's the concern.
After the People magazine article was published, members of the Boss family and the public began reacting online. Allison Holker put out a statement in response to that backlash, saying in part that she hoped by sharing the full story, maybe I can help someone else who might see themselves or a loved one in Stephen.
How could her book or anything help anybody else? This book will only make people want to end their life, fam. Like literally, this book is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting work. You know, even Amazon is protecting Allison by publishing these fake reviews where people are coming on Amazon saying, great book, I read it in one day. Yeah, you read this whole book in one day? Yeah, 230 plus pages. You must have no damn life. Yeah, okay, whatever you say. You read the whole book in one day and it was such a great book. No, the book is disgusting because she accused Twitch of being a pedophile. So I guess that's a good thing, right? I guess you didn't read that part. All of those 5-star reviews on Amazon are fake. They're fake reviews. Never trust the positive reviews. Always go to the negative ones. Always go to the negative reviews, guys.
What do you say to that?
I see no accountability in that statement. I see no accountability in the fact that the family had to find out about these things in the manner that they did. And if that is what you want to convey or share to the public, bringing up someone's journal entries, that's not how you expose it. There could have been, hey, this is my experience and I want to let people know what to look for. Mm-hmm. But to use my brother's name and make it seem like he had this serious addiction problem.
But you said, sir, that your brother used drugs recreationally. Did you forget that? That's what you said. You told that to Gail. So you're confirming Allison's statements. Whether she said he had an addiction or whatever the case is, by the pure fact that you even mentioned that Twitch used any sort of substances recreationally, you threw him under the bus. Big time.
This sexual abuse allegation, that could have been true. That could have been true, but that isn't. I don't think that's the reason why my brother isn't here today.
You don't? Why do you think your brother isn't here today?
I think that's a question for Allison.
What? Wait a minute. You're on a national stage. She asks you a serious question and you don't know? Listen to this, guys.
Why do you think your brother isn't here today?
I think that's a question for Allison.
Why your brother isn't here today? Why do you think your brother isn't here today? He answers, that's for Allison to answer. Are you kidding me? What? Are you kidding me? Listen to this madness, guys.
Have been true, but that isn't. I don't think that's the reason why my brother isn't here today.
You don't? Why do you think your brother isn't here today?
I think that's a question for Allison.
Wow.
What are you saying, Dre?
I think she knows more than us because she was there.
What? She knows more than us because she was there. What are you suggesting, Dre? What are you suggesting? I thought Twitch took his life. Why isn't he here?
Knows his last known whereabouts. She knows the last conversation they had.
So the way to heal, because ultimately you want to see your grandchildren. and you want to see your nieces and your nephews. So what do you do to heal this?
Y'all ain't never seeing them again. Y'all ain't never seeing them jokers again, fam. You can forget about it. Because by y'all going on Gail, this is going to cause more family drama. All of this is going to happen.
And I'm not even saying it's all on you, but what can be done to heal this?
Notice, none of them is talking about justice for Twitch. He was murdered. Somebody killed him. We need to reopen the investigation. They're not pushing for that, guys. They're focusing on trivial issues regarding her book.
Extend the offer for a conversation.
Extend what offer? Fuck Allison. That's supposed to be y'all motto. Y'all bugging, fam. She already disrespected you. She already disrespected Twitch. Y'all supposed to move on. Talking about conversation. That you can't have no conversation with a narcissist, man. Forget her. Okay, you want to have a relationship with your grandkids? You got to just cut ties and be like, look, there's nothing I can do. They're going to have to grow up and figure this all out. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Y'all should have been in them kids' lives long enough where them kids would know who you are. I don't think y'all had really a good relationship with the kids. And I guess the kids being around them, I don't think they had really a good relationship. Even the daughter confirms that. Wesley confirms that. They weren't even around grandma. You know, Wesley don't even like grandma. She don't even like the other side of the family. She don't want nothing to do with them. Real serious, man. How could you expect Allison to reach out to you to have a conversation? She's the devil, man.
I feel like we've extended our hand the past 2 years, and there hasn't been consistency.
Extended outside of social media.
Outside, oh yes.
Yeah, outside of social media.
There's many messages and phone calls where we've been left unread or not acknowledged.
You see that? Many phone calls and messages left on read, which mean she didn't even respond. Allison do not care. Do you see that? So why are y'all even focused on her? Focus on reopening the case and talk about Twitch being murdered. Y'all on CBS and y'all didn't say not one time that you believe that Twitch was murdered. Y'all failed him, man. Y'all had the opportunity to make everybody start to talk, and you failed. You failed. Absolutely failed. This is sad, man. All the brother had to say is, I believe my brother was murdered. Gail would have been like, what? You really believe that? I know that. He would have never took his life. I believe that Allison may know what happened to him. I believe there was foul play. That's all I'm going to say, Miss Gail. That's all I'm going to say on this. I believe my brother was murdered, and I believe that this book from Miss Holker is destroying his legacy because of whatever reasons they must have had in their relationship. Somebody took my brother out. That would have been plastered all over the internet. Every major network would have been publishing the news update. The Boss family believed Twitch was murdered. And you know what that's going to do? Prompt investigation. It's going to make all Twitch Boss fans raise their hand in support and say, yo, we riding with y'all. We definitely riding with y'all. And then everybody would be like, yo, Rengo, yo, the family's saying the same thing you've been saying for years. Yo, let's get it. Let's go. But no, you failed your brother. You failed him.
So to me, it's changed behavior. Like if you make an act that shows kindness, if you embody the spirit that my brother had of kindness and love and light, give that light to his family. You want to help people, help his family heal, because we're going through it as well.
Now, in a statement Connie Boss Alexander sent us after finishing Allison Holker's book, she said in part, "Devastated does not begin to describe my pain. I am blindsided and heartbroken by the cruel, reckless implications in her book, which not only dishonor my son's memory, but also inflict irreparable harm on our grieving family."
Now notice, based on what she just said, it is basically being reported that the mother read the whole book already. Let's rewind that back. Listen.
To describe my pain.
Wait.
Of kindness and love and light. Give that light to his family. You want to help people? Help his family heal, because we're going through it as well.
Y'all never going to be able to heal because y'all been believing a lie for so many years. Twitch was murdered. If you knew your brother, you would know he would never take his life. If Mom Duke knew her son, she would know he would never take his life. He had too much to live for. Y'all failed that, man.
Now, in a statement Connie Boss Alexander sent us after finishing Allison Holker's book.
After finishing Allison Holker's book. So Connie says she read the whole book. So why she didn't, why, watch this, guys. If the mother read the book, why she ain't speak on the fact that Miss Holker suggests that Twitch was a pedophile, and that's why he killed himself? How come she didn't talk about that? How come they didn't bring that up? How come they didn't bring that part up? How come they didn't bring up the fact that Allison said that they left her with $1 million of debt, that she wanted to buy the hotel? The family's in on it, man. There's no other way to put it, guys. I know a lot of y'all thought the family was legit. Everybody was sending their condolences. But at the end of the day, fam, I don't trust their family, bruh. My videos is for Twitch and for Twitch's fans, Twitch's real fans. This is what my videos are for. My videos is to bring awareness to Twitch's fans regarding the case of Stephen Twitch Boss, because they never had an opportunity to mourn. They never had a place in which they can share their thoughts, because a lot of you been thinking the same thing. A lot of you knew Twitch way more than me. You know what I mean? Way more than me. Some of y'all been knowing him since his first dance routine. Y'all followed all the shows. Y'all followed everything. So y'all know he didn't take his life. Y'all know that already. So these are the thoughts you always had. When I investigated his story, when I first heard it, I knew that man didn't take his life. He had too much to live for. He had too much going on. So why his own family don't feel that way? Why his mom is not like, my son would never do that. My son? I just spoke to him. I just texted him. He was telling me about Christmas gifts for his kids. We were talking about business. Why would my son take his life? She ain't even addressed it. Fam, in my opinion, they were paid. In my opinion, they were paid a large sum of money to stay quiet, but they had to do this interview for the public so it could look like the family was speaking out against Allison, but in all actuality, it's hush hush. That's why they did this on Gail. You know what I mean? That's why they did this on Gail.
Said in part, devastated does not begin to describe my pain. I am blindsided and heartbroken by the cruel, reckless implications in her book, which not only dishonor my son's memory, but also inflict irreparable harm on our grieving family. In a statement to CBS News, Allison Holker says this: Connie has and will continue to be a positive and loving figure in Allison and Stephen's son, Maddox, and daughter Zaya's lives.
That don't even make no sense. How could she continue to be a positive and loving figure? Allison don't like Twitch's mom. Their family is divided. It will never be the same. You can't even look at her as family anymore. She already got a new man. She don't care about Twitch. How Twitch? So let me get 2 years past. You already jump into a new relationship already? And did y'all know the new guy that she's with, he got emotional issues, insecurities, fears, and anger issues? The man is sick. The new guy that Allison is with is a weirdo. Come on now. And he's still married, and Allison is messing with him. He's still married. After 2 years, Twitch been gone, she jump into a new relationship? Y'all can't see the play?
From grandparents' day at school to family lunches, ice cream dates, and Stephen's brother Cameron's video game, meetups with Maddox. We hope to continue these traditions over the years.
Traditions? Fam, the family is never going to be the same, man. I would have said, look, man, forget that side of the family. I'm done.
And work together to keep Stephen's memory alive. When they reach out to me, neither one of us were interested in doing a Let's Bash Allison interview, and I don't think.
Uh-oh, red flag. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Did y'all hear that? Let's rewind it back, guys. Let's look at the clues. Check it out.
When they reach out to me.
When they reached out to me. So the Boss family reached out to Gayle King for interview. But now watch this. Watch what Gayle says.
Neither one of us were interested in doing a Let's Bash Allison interview.
Wow. Neither one of us, which means Connie and Gayle was like, we don't even want to do a Let's Bash Allison interview. They're working with her, guys. They're working with the enemy. All of them. All of them. They're all together. They gave Connie a script. There you go. There you go at SW. They gave her a script. That's facts. Mom Duke been paid, y'all. She been paid. She been paid, man. Because they both agreed this is not gonna be a Let's Bash Miss Holker interview. Then why are you there? Why are you there when she discredited your son and destroyed his name? Gayle King already decided she's not going to say nothing negative about Miss Holker. Nothing. And the mom didn't want to say nothing either. Listen at the tape.
We hope to continue these traditions over the years and work together to keep Stephen's memory alive. When they reach out to me, neither one of us were interested in doing a Let's Bash Allison interview, and I don't think that's what this is.
Wow. That's crazy, man.
They just really wanted people to know from their side.
They want their truths out, too.
They want their truth out. They're worried about.
What truth? What truth? Twitch was murdered.
Stephen's legacy. She's only.
Twitch don't got no damn legacy if he killed himself. He don't got a legacy if he killed himself.
Seen her grandchildren twice since Stephen's death.
They seen the grandchildren twice since Twitch's death. Twice since Twitch died. Grandma didn't see the kids, the grandkids. Only twice. This is just, oh my goodness, bro. This is horrible, man. Nasty, disgusting work. Man.
Twice since Stephen's death, over 2 years and 2 months ago. She would like to have more contact. We should point out that the autopsy report showed no drugs or alcohol were found in Stephen's system at the time of his death.
But in her book, she basically said that Twitch was an addict and that Twitch bought drugs from drug dealers. She said she checked his text messages and saw that he was meeting up with drug dealers and how he had a stash of drugs in the closet. But guess what? She never notified law enforcement. And Gayle King is sitting there not asking the real questions. How can you be involved in journalism and you don't ask the right questions? It's in the book. Allison said Twitch was buying drugs and meeting drug dealers when they were out on their anniversary. How come Gail ain't asking the real questions? So I'm the only one asking the real questions. You know why? Because Gail is bought and paid for. She's a part of the beast system. And she's there to do the cleanup for Allison because they're all a part of the Illuminati. All of them. They all got to do the blood sacrifice rituals. All of them. That's why she's in the red dress. It all makes sense. There you go. This is just disgusting, man.
That was very important. They wanted people to know that. So it's a family in pain, I think, on both sides. And I'm hoping that they can figure out a way that they can come together.
There is no way they could come together. How? How are they going to come together when you're not even asking the right questions or doing your damn job? You could have been cracked this case by asking the right questions, but you didn't. Because you said, quote, you don't want this to be a bash Allison interview.
So that they can heal.
They are all
see the
dealing
children
with
and see the children.
the grief and the trauma
Yeah.
from what happened.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Because it was a shock.
I do feel for Stephen's family. I do. My heart breaks.
Man, dudes, man, stop talking, bro. Stop it. You don't feel for nobody. You a part of the damn rainbow community. Stop it.
No.
Yeah.
That's his blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really hoping they can find a way to come together and put all this in
None of these damn puppets care about justice for Twitch, fam. Only on Ringo TV, we're official. I don't rock with none of these damn media companies. They don't care. The bottom line is ratings and revenue. That's it. They don't care about no damn black man dying. They don't care. Gail don't care. This white guy don't care. And the other black guy over there, he don't care. None of them care.
a lot, as
Yeah.
you've just laid out, for the kids, if for nothing else.
Yeah, it's hard to hear that they learned those things in the media at the same time we all did.
Difficult
I
sit
think.
down, but you did a good job.
Oh, thank you.
She ain't do a good job. She did a terrible job. What the hell you talking about, fam? She did a terrible job. This is sad, man. So there you got it, ladies and gentlemen. Stephen Twitch Boss family speaks out and fails. They failed Twitch, guys. Family talked and failed. There's no other way around it. So there you have it. Full breakdown of that interview. My final thoughts is I believe the family got paid. I believe they got paid. We're going to continue our investigation. Moving forward, Stephen Twitch Boss family cannot be trusted when it comes to speaking on behalf of Twitch in terms of justice. They don't care. We didn't hear nothing in that interview of them saying justice for Twitch. We want the case reopened. They're not watching my videos, guys. And remember, Manny Cross said that once the family speak out, I'm going to look stupid. No, you look stupid. You look stupid as hell, Manny, because the family didn't do nothing. They didn't bring nothing up. They didn't say nothing. There is nothing there. You know why? Because Gayle King, most likely, they edit all of that stuff out. Edit. You ain't going to go on the Masonic industry and go on their platform and air out Allison. It's not going to happen. That whole interview was rigged. Yeah, the interview was a waste of airtime. Definitely. And it took them 3 days or more to release the whole thing. They gave us a bunch of damn teasers because why? They just want to make the money off the interview. That's it. They just want to make money off of it. Where is Ellen DeGeneres to talk about the book? Ellen Ellen, where you at? Where is Ellen DeGeneres to talk about the book? Ellen, where you at? Where you at to talk about the book? I thought you loved Twitch. Ellen, where you at? You ain't gonna talk about it? What are your thoughts, Ellen? Do you agree with it? Where's everybody? Where's all the people that claim they were Twitch's friend? How come Manny Cross wasn't in the interview? How come he wasn't there? All that talk he doing online, but they didn't invite him to the picnic. Come on now. This is crazy. Let me see. Da. I'm gonna have to find that another time. Let me see. That's weird because it was on one of these pages. Wasn't there. Was it here? I don't see it. I don't see it there. Nope. I'm just kind of looking for something real quick. Yeah, I'll look over more of this. So it's just so much lies in this book. You'll be overwhelmed with all of these damn lies. I'm just sad that the family they failed Twitch, guys. The family failed Twitch. The family failed Twitch. You would have thought that the family would have been pushing for justice. They had the national stage and they didn't use it. They didn't use it, guys. So now it's up to us to keep the word alive. It's up to us to do this investigation and get this content out there for the people that really rock with Twitch. I don't even have no TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Like when TikTok was shutting down, I had it on my phone, the app, and I think I had removed it, you know? But if I'm correct, because I have about 3 phones, and it's on this phone, but it's not on this phone. You know, it's an old phone, but I don't really use it no more, but it still works. But the app is still on this phone. I was thinking about coming on to TikTok and actually start to talk about the Twitch case in hopes to reach the audience that he have on TikTok to make them understand of the work that we're doing on YouTube. Because I don't think they even know what's going on over here. Maybe a few people probably heard of the work we're doing, but the majority of his followers and fans, they don't know. And you know that Allison have all his passwords, which means she can delete Twitch's pages at any given second. She got all his passwords. It's in her book. There's a chapter where she talk about how she has his book that have all his passwords. So she could delete any of his accounts at any given second. It's sad, man. So, hey, guys, there's the work. I put in 2 hours, 34 minutes, giving y'all some great content, great replay value. If you're driving, working, around the house, cleaning, This will definitely get you through. You're not going to find no content like this nowhere on YouTube where we break down the videos in this manner. You're not going to find that nowhere else. So if you like the content, support the work that we do over here. If you like to support financially, you can do so via Cash App, $ Ringo TV Raw. It's pinned at the top in the live chat. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Don't just watch these videos, subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so you can be notified when we go live. Subscribe to my Ringo TV Raw channel. We're streaming right now on 2 channels right now. The Ringo TV Raw on this side and the reaction channel over here. Right? Make sure you hit that like button. We need these likes to hit 1,000 so YouTube can push these videos in the algorithm. I'm going to try to see if I can get up on TikTok and hopefully sound the alarm over there and probably do Twitch related content over there. The only difference is that on TikTok, they're a little bit different. So the algorithm is a little different. So I can't be as bold as I like on TikTok. They're very anti-man, anti-truth. Like when men speak boldly, TikTok is very, they don't respect free speech, you know? So my approach would have to be a little more covert or, you know, non-threatening, if that makes any sense, because I'm very bold with how I communicate. I just don't care. I believe that I need to say things the way it needs to be said so that there's no misunderstanding. I am truly committed to the work that I do here. And I take what I do very serious. I don't like liars. We found that the brother cannot be trusted. And I want to see what Manny's going to say about that. Manny Cross. Instagram, Manny Cross. Twitch's brother threw him under the bus. Are you going to still be friends with him? He said that your friend, right? He said that your friend used drugs recreationally. That's what he said. That's what he said, guys. Let's go to it. Let's go to it. Since, you know, people want to act like they don't know what's going on. Let's check it out. Give me a minute. Let me get this thing going. Hold on. Let me take this off the screen. Right. Let me take this off the screen. We're going to go right to that part.
Rose to fame as a dancer.
Let me see. Hold on.
There are going to be, and then
It's hearsay. It's someone else's version.
When we talk about drugs, and she didn't use the word that he was an addict, but she did say that there were a lot of drugs. Couldn't she have known things about him that you two didn't? Mom wouldn't know, you wouldn't know.
It's a possibility. I mean,
the
they were
wife
married.
often knows more than the family, even as close as the family. So you don't give her any pass on that she may know things that you all didn't know
I think
about him.
there are things that she knows that we didn't know, but also know that there are things about him that she didn't know.
Dre, who worked with Steven, says his brother would often confide in him about struggling with issues like imposter syndrome, and together they would come up with ways to tackle his insecurities. He says Steven told him that those conversations were difficult with Allison.
So, in my opinion, our conversation that he had with me, he felt silenced, like he couldn't get it out.
He felt silenced in his own home, you're
Yes,
saying?
often.
Mm-hmm.
Often. I mean, he loved his wife. He
Yeah.
loved those kids.
Yes.
And he would definitely give them his last. But in any situation in which you can't have a conversation and get resolved, it becomes one-sided. And I believe, because you asked about their relationship, I can say that there were many conversations there was no resolve. Mm-hmm. But he would always say to me, "This is life. The lights are on. I'll figure it out."
A lot has been made about the NDA, that the family was asked to sign an NDA, to go to the funeral, to have...
I think I passed it, right? Let me see if I can scroll back.
What is...
Right.
Yeah.
So this cornucopia of drugs
Here we go.
that had to be Googled, we don't even know if those were... We don't know anything to be true.
Finish that sentence. We don't even know if those were his? Is that
Yes,
what you're
I
gonna
mean,
say?
really, it's hearsay. It's someone else's version. And if that is the truth,
We passed
there
it.
could have been a better way.
Hold on.
You were not aware of any of that.
No.
There we go.
Those details were also a shock to Stephen's younger brother, Dre Rose. So did you know about any of these issues before the People magazine article came out? Cornucopia of drugs, including mushrooms, pills, and other substances, implying that he had a serious drug issue.
I knew that recreationally he's used or tried things. That wasn't a shock to me.
What? What? Did you hear what the brother just did? He threw him under the bus. Listen to what he just said, guys.
That recreationally he's used or tried things. That was
So you're telling the world that Twitch tried drugs and used drugs recreationally? Is that what you're doing to Twitch?
that recreationally he's used or tried things. That wasn't a shock to me.
That wasn't a shock to you? Yo, I'm done, fam. That's, man. My goodness, bro. Y'all not helping Twitch's legacy by doing that. Because now that would confirm that Allison must be telling some sort of truth. They're working with Allison, guys. They're working with her. There's no other way around it. They're working with her. So, hey, we're going to get up on out of here. We're going to have more content later on. We're going to continue to do what we got to do. And that's about it, guys. So we're going to definitely review these tapes again and keep this story going in hopes that Twitch's fans know the truth. The family cannot be trusted, guys. They've been paid for. They've been bought and paid. They've been bought and paid off. There's no other way to put it. I haven't heard them defend Twitch in terms of him being murdered. I haven't heard anybody say justice for Twitch. We're going to fight to get the case reopened. We believe he was murdered. I don't hear them speaking on any of these things. So I can't rock with them, guys. My video content is for Twitch's fans and for Twitch himself to defend his legacy. These folks are not defending his legacy by throwing him under the bus by saying he used drugs recreationally. That's nasty work because he should have applied context to what he said. It would have been better if he said, I'm aware that my brother may have smoked marijuana from time to time. That's nothing new to me. But the way he said what he said, it gives room for us to assume that he was using drugs. Do you follow me? Put a 1 in the chat if you understand. He should have clarified what he was saying by saying, at Gail, let me clarify. What I'm saying is I'm aware that my brother used or may have from time to time indulged in smoking some marijuana. That's nothing new to me, but he never used drugs. I need to clarify that for the record because I don't want nobody to misconstrue what I'm saying. But with what he did.
And now to our exclusive interview with the family of Steve.
Which what he did in the video, he messed up big time.
Rose. So did you know about any of these issues before the People magazine article came out? Cornucopia of drugs, including mushrooms, pills, and other substances, implying that he had a serious drug issue.
I knew that recreationally he's used or tried things. That wasn't a shock to me.
Right there, he was supposed to clarify and say, look, when I say recreationally, I am not saying that my brother used drugs. What I'm saying is I'm aware that he did use marijuana from time to time, but it wasn't something that he did all the time. And that's not a drug. People all over the world use marijuana. So we're not going to sit here and act like he was a drug addict. You know, he never used drugs. He should have clarified that, guys. He messed up big time, man. That's nasty because now they're going to spin what he said as if the brother of Stephen Twitch Boss co-signed Miss Holker that he, in fact, was a drug addict. That is what they're going to do. That's sad, man. So, hey, we're going to get up on out of here, man. We're going to get up on out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. You know, we try to do our best, providing the best content, best reaction videos on YouTube. Right? Those of you on the Ringo TV Raw channel, if you're viewing on the Ringo TV Raw channel, maybe you probably don't know, you ain't read the live chat. We've been streaming on 2 platforms at the same time, covering the Stephen Twitch Boss case. Be sure to subscribe to my Ringo TV Reactions channel, right? That's the channel, the main channel we're streaming from, where you're able to see the video content. Over here, you're able to see me on camera and hear the commentary and any audio that I play. But other than that, the Ringo TV Reactions channel is where you'll see the video content that we're reacting to. We're in the YouTube Shorts algorithm on this platform. So there's a lot of people that might be viewing. You don't know who I am. You probably might be like, who the hell is this guy with the hat? It is what it is. If you like my content, consider subscribing to the Ringo TV Raw channel and the Ringo TV Reactions channel. Let me see if I can do this real quick, because I need to make sure that people know who I am and what I do. So let me do this real quick. Let me go to my Reactions channel and get the link to the channel and post it over there so that people are aware of what's going on, because I can't assume that you know how to find me. So here is the link to my larger platform, right? Be sure to subscribe to that channel and subscribe to the Ringo TV Raw channel so that we can keep you updated on what's going on. All things Twitch, all things reaction videos, all sorts of content. We have a lot of things that we got to cover, right? And yeah, make sure you hit the like button too, right? So that being said, we're going to get up on out of here. Salute to everybody in the building. What's going on at Forever Studios? I see you in the building. Shout out to all the members. I see Pamela, Denise, Alexandra. Appreciate you for your support again. Tough Woman, I see you. Did I miss anybody? I probably missed some people. I see Tracy in the building. What's going on, Tracy? And yeah, we're going to get up on out of here, man. I got some things I got to do, and then we're going to get back to doing this content. So, yeah, man, this Twitch situation, man, this is really crazy, man. We're going to review the so-called boyfriend of Miss Holker. We're going to do a reaction to a video that another woman on YouTube had reacted to. We're going to react to that, because it is said that that particular man have insecurity issues and anger issues, and could that possibly be a danger to the children, because he's struggling with issues himself. And we got to talk about that. We're going to also examine some more interviews from Miss Holker and break those interviews down. The purpose of all these videos, guys, is to make you understand that Twitch never killed himself. He was murdered. And mainstream media is never going to admit this. Just like a lot of people who've been murdered and labeled that they took their life, these are all lies. These are blood sacrifices, right? And they don't want the world to know the truth. So our job is to keep Twitch name alive, because if we can get him social media justice, and we have the majority of the people understanding that he was murdered, it can bring closure to a situation, even if they never investigate the case. By the pure fact, it's in the minds of everyone that he was murdered and that this was a cover-up. I think that is what will uphold his legacy, because again, we can't uphold a legacy of a man that took his life. I mean, I won't be proud to talk about a man that took himself out when he got 2 kids. I can't respect that. You know, I have 4 daughters, you know, I'm a girl dad. So when I look at my daughters and I see them, I can't imagine myself saying I'm trying to check out because I'm just tired of living, knowing that my girls are going to be alone to suffer and not going to have a thorough father that's going to make sure he do what he got to do. That I would be a weak man. Are we saying that Twitch is weak? Are we saying that Steven Twitch Boss was a weak man? No, he was not. He was not a weak man. He was strong. Somebody set him up. They lied. They lured him to a hotel and they murdered him. And they closed the case of Twitch very, very quickly. And the mother of Twitch, his family, they never fought from the beginning. Because why? They signed that NDA. Now think about this, guys. You ready for this one? Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready for this one. Put a 1 in the chat if you are ready for this one. Right after Twitch died, 3 days after, the Boss family was presented with NDAs. That means the same week, the news story shocked the world that Twitch died. 3 days after he died, Miss Holker presented them with NDAs. So these NDAs, they were already given to them before they went to that funeral. Before they went to the funeral, they already had the paperwork. So it's not like when they got to the funeral, they had to sign NDAs. They were already given paperwork. That's a red flag of premeditated murder, because how can you automatically have paperwork written up in 3 days? And why would they sign it? Why would they sign it? Come on now. Twitch was murdered. And I will always say that. Shout out to Bonita for the support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Before the funeral, yep, before the funeral, she made them sign NDAs. Yeah, that's crazy work right there. That mean that they've been, this ain't no 2 years, like it's just now, no, they've been signed them documents, man. They been had to sign them paperwork in advance. Who would send a grieving family NDA paperwork to attend a funeral 3 days after their loved one is dead? It's an inside job. Twitch was murdered, y'all. Why would you send that to anybody if a man took his life? They wanted to look like that because they were trying to become the sole beneficiary of everything Twitch owned, excluding the family from anything. They did what Vanessa Bryant did to Kobe. Once Kobe died, she took possession of everything. All of Kobe's wealth went to Vanessa, and Kobe's family is broke. That's nasty work. That wealth that Kobe had was supposed to stay in his family for generations and generations. But it went to another community. Wealth that could have changed generations and lives in his family. It went to Vanessa's family. Allison did the same thing. sad, man. That is sad, bro. What is Manny Cross going to say now? Is he going to bring out the tapes with Allison? Or is he going to hide like a damn coward? Because we all know you were never his friend. But you got secret tapes that need to be released. So you better release those tapes and clear your conscience. Because as far as we're concerned, the family of Twitch did him a terrible disservice in this interview. Terrible. After walking away from that interview, there is no closure, no justice, nothing. They're more concerned with being in the lives of his kids. You can forget about that. There's going to always be tension with that family. Allison is a narcissist, and she don't respect the mother or his brother. Leave your comments in the comments section under the video. Let me know what you think about it. Again, we try to provide you with the best reaction videos, the best commentary. Everything I say, fam, is from the heart. There's no teleprompters in front of me, guys. I speak from the heart. I don't need any coaching. I don't need nobody to tell me what to say. I'm not bought and paid for. I didn't have to sign no documents to speak. I speak from my heart, what I believe. And I believe that Stephen Twitch Boss was murdered, and his murderer is still at large. And it's involving multiple people that are in the business of covering up. And I believe that he was blood sacrificed in order for Allison Holker to rise in fame, riches, and wealth. Because you always got to follow the money trail. Right after Stephen Twitch Boss died, she started making money. $5 million home. You don't purchase a $5 million home unless you making money. Trust and believe that, guys. And the buying factor of that house was the fact that it got a wine cellar. Why? Because Allison Holker is a so-called alcoholic who was arrested for public intoxication.
And now to our exclusive interview with the family.
She was arrested for public intoxication. Let me see if I can pull that up, because we showed this to you 1,000 times. But we have to remind the people, because again, a lot of y'all come to the platform and y'all just don't know about my work. She was arrested.
In other states. I have family in other states.
She was arrested, guys.
Wake me up. I'm woke. It's
I know, but where are you going then? Let's get you to
go away.
But you're not seeing it. Where do you need to be right now?
What do you mean?
Are you getting a connection?
I told you I was rational decision. I was able to call my husband. I clearly know that Friday night I took a night.
Hey.
I haven't done anything. Oh my god. Oh my god. I haven't done anything.
Okay, you're being detained for public intoxication
I'm not.
and disorderly
Oh my
conduct,
god.
okay?
I did not. Oh my god. I didn't do anything.
That's the real Allison Holker, guys. That's the Allison Holker that you won't know about from her book. She's the alcoholic. She's the one who is allegedly on drugs. She's the one who's been projecting all of her inadequacies, all her insecurities, projecting all her issues and bad habits all on Twitch. And she got arrested. You see that? Take her ass to jail. She's the one who is guilty. Twitch don't have no arrest record. Twitch don't have no drug problems. Shame on his brother Dre for throwing him under the bus. Anybody that's trying to rock with his brother Dre should be disgusted that he would even throw his own brother under the bus. For 5 shekels through your own brother. How much they paid you, Dre? How much did they pay you for the story? Can't trust family, guys. Can't trust family. Even the Bible tells you that, fam. That your foes will be of your own household. Sometimes we worry about external enemies, and it be the people that's in our immediate family. They be our worst enemies. They be pocket watching, plotting, planning, sneak dissing, doing all sorts of evil against us, and we don't even know. But because they family, we give them a pass, but they want to see us down. So guys, we're going to get up on out of here, man. Y'all stay safe. I got to get something to eat. I really wish these videos got millions and millions of views, fam. It would definitely make a mark in the world. And people would be talking about it, that Twitch was murdered. The world believes that he took his life. That's not good. In order to keep his legacy alive, you got to change that narrative. He was murdered. And that's my hope, is to get the message out there so that millions of people will wake up to the truth that Twitch was murdered. He was doing too good, living a good life, had 2 children. He celebrated his anniversary a day before dying. A day or 2 before dying, he celebrated his anniversary. A man would not celebrate his anniversary and post pictures to his social medias only to take his life. Stephen Twitch Boss was murdered. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Ringo TV Reactions. We're signing out on the Ringo TV Raw channel. Peace and blessings to everybody on the Ringo TV Raw channel. We're cutting it off right now. Peace and blessings. Y'all take care, guys. We out of here. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.